Malaysia will not be complacent despite current achievements. Malaysia to lead with vision of unity, inclusivity and collaboration as ASEAN chair. Hello, good evening and Salam Malaysia Madani. Thanks for joining us. I am Olivia Nicholas and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim has assured that the government will not be complacent or rest on its laurels but will remain vigilant in the face of regional and global challenges, even as structural reforms yield positive results. He said the evidence can be seen in the ringgit's improved performance, the phenomenal increase in investments and the positive trajectory of our economic growth.
Our measures at structural reforms are already proving to be effective, as evidenced by the performance of the ringgit, the phenomenal increase in investments, and the positive trajectory of our economic growth. Therefore, let me take a moment to thank our investment community, both foreign and domestic, for their faith, trust, and confidence in the Malaysian economy, our governance, our rule of law, and our political stability.
In his speech at the launching of the Khazanah Megatrans Forum 2024 in Kuala Lumpur today, Dato Sri Anwar reiterated the government's commitment to ensuring Malaysia thrives in this global environment, adding that the nation's response must be holistic, coordinated and above all focused on the long-term well-being of the nation. On another note, Dato Sri Anwar said the electricity tariff adjustment and the diesel subsidy rationalisation were not implemented to inflict pain or suffering on the people. The Prime Minister said that he insisted billions of ringgit saved from the actions were now being channeled back to the people in terms of other subsidies and cash transfers.
Our development pathway must be forward-looking, and our solutions must serve the well-being of the rakyat, addressing inequality and cultivating a mindset of shared responsibility and innovation. The billions of ringgit saved are now being channeled back to the people in terms of subsidies and cash transfers. And that's what we have done and will continue to do as we proceed boldly on the course of structural reforms.
Dato Sri Anwar said the government is also committed to governance, accountability and to social justice, that is ensuring that the benefits of growth are distributed fairly and equitably and that every Malaysian has the opportunity to prosper. Malaysia is optimistic that the government of the Republic of China will increase the number of participants in the Malaysia-China Youth TVET Training Program MCYTT next year based on the good relationship between Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim and China's top leadership. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said initially the Chinese government offered 3,125 places to Malaysians to gain exposure to the technical and vocational education and training TVET programs at the 225 institutions in China.
Kita harus menghargai komitmen Tang dan juga kerajaan negeri China melalui 225 institusi ini untuk pelajar-pelajar kita. Dan tentunya saya yakin dengan hubungan baik Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim dengan Presiden China Li Chang dan juga Presiden Xi, saya fikirlah dalam hati saya dan dalam minda saya, tahun depan mereka akan tambah lagi untuk menghantar pelajar-pelajar kita dalam TVET ini.
Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid said this when addressing 200 MCYTT participants in Sepang today. China has offered a total of 5,125 places for Malaysians in this program. Participants will engage in short, medium and long-term training across various fields, including electric vehicle technology, solar energy, artificial intelligence, AI and cybersecurity. To date, as many as 1,776 local TVET students have successfully completed their training in China. Meanwhile, Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zaid said the Postgraduate Training Centre is currently collaborating with 6 local universities to offer a variety of industry-related courses and training programs. According to the Deputy Prime Minister, this partnership has recently expanded to include the Malaysian Technical University Network MTUN. Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zaid, who is also the National Technical and Vocational Education and Training TVET Council Chairman, said this joint initiative is designed to align with the jobs market's demand for specific industry expertise.
Kita juga akan memperincikan tentang pusat latihan pasca siswaza dan keutamaan ini penting kerana terdapat industri yang memerlukan tenaga profesional pasca siswaza ini. Kolaborasi dengan universiti yang berdekatan, terutamanya yang berada di sekitar 30 km radius akan dilakukan. Namun kita harus terbuka juga untuk melakukan koordinasi dengan Universiti MTUN, Malaysian Technical University Network. Ya. Kini terdapat 6 universiti technical yang menjana beberapa kursus yang bersesuaian dengan kehendak pasaran industri.
For now, the 6 universities are University Tun Hussein on Malaysia, University Technical Malaysia Malacca, University Malaysia Pahang, University Malaysia Perlis, University Selangor and University Kuala Lumpur. Dato Sri Dr. Ahmad Zaid Hamidi said this after attending a dialogue session, Talents Talk, with industry players and training institutions Kulim today. Khazanah National Berhad is dedicated to its strategic goal of propelling Malaysia forward. Managing Director Dato Amirul Faizan Wan Zahir shared that over the past 3 decades, Khazanah has rapidly expanded its efforts to fulfill its mandate and create sustainable value for the nation and its people.
And in executing on that strategy, we must, amongst others, ensure value creation in our companies that we have large shareholdings and invest strategically in solving issues that Malaysia faces via our impact fund or Dana Impact or through our energy transition platform, Yem Lesra, produce risk-adjusted returns from our global investment operations and deliver societal value to our ultimate stakeholders.
Dato Amirul Faizal Wan Zahir said this in his welcoming speech at the Khazanah Megatrans Forum 2024, KMF 2024 today. Theme Pursuit of Potatoes, Paving Paths from the Probable to the Possible, KMF 2024 gathered 31 panelists from diverse backgrounds and countries addressing key topics such as global economic development, artificial intelligence technology, and geopolitical challenges. Malaysia's international reserves increased to $119.7 billion as at 30th of September 2024. The reserves level has also considered the quarterly foreign exchange revaluation changes. In a statement, Bank Negara Malaysia said the reserves position was sufficient to finance 4.8 months of imports of goods and services and is 0.9 times the total short-term external debt. The main components of the reserves were foreign currency reserves, followed by International Monetary Fund reserves. Other than that, special drawing rights, gold and other reserve assets. BNM said total capital and liabilities amounted to 601.33 billion ringgit. Global oil prices fell slightly at the start of trading this morning. According to analysts, it may be driven by profit-taking activity after posting the highest increase since January 2023 last Friday. The global oil market may continue to face pressure due to geopolitical tensions and current developments in West Asia. Brent crude eased to $77 a barrel after surging in more than a year, while West Texas Intermediate traded below $74 per barrel. Foreign investors continue to sell equities on Bursa Malaysia last week with a net sale value of 1.10 billion ringgit. It was the highest net sale in 18 weeks, with selling activity recorded every trading day. MIDF Amanah Investment Bank Berhad said foreign investors net sold every day and have been net selling for 10 consecutive trading days. The three sectors that recorded the highest net sales were financial services, utilities and consumer products and services. The local institutions net bought for the fourth consecutive week at 1.02 billion ringgit. Regionally, MIDF reported an exodus of foreign funds from Asia last week as foreign investors net sold in 6 out of 8 markets that it tracked. The Association of E-Money Issuer, AEMI, has proposed the government considers extending the current sale and service tax SST exemption for digital financial services in Budget 2025 to sustain the industry's growth. The association said the extension is also important for promoting the wider adoption of cashless payments, which aligns with Malaysia's efforts to build an inclusive and progressive financial system. In a statement, AEMI recognizes the government's efforts to broaden the tax base for national development and trusts that these initiatives will continue to support the expansion of cashless services. It added the current SST exemption has been crucial in making digital financial services more affordable, particularly for underserved communities, and it is hopeful that an extension of this exemption will further foster digital inclusion. The association noted that the e-wallet industry has been instrumental in advancing financial inclusion and digital transformation in Malaysia. It highlighted AEMI members have played a pivotal role in delivering digital financial services to a diverse user base, including the B40 and M40 groups and micro, small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs. Malaysia Tonight on TV1 ends here to give away to the 64th International Quran Recitation and Memorization Assembly. Our bulletin resumes on MyTV's Berita RTM channel. We'll be right back. Coming up next, bullying in schools will not be tolerated. Engagement sessions with the state governments and local authorities regarding fee charges to address plastic disposal and pollution will continue. Minister of Natural Resources and Environmental Sustainability Nik Ahmad said engagement sessions had been carried out with several states including Perak, Selangor and Johor, and the response was encouraging. A similar engagement session is expected to be held in Terengganu, Kelantan, Pahang, Sabah and Sarawak next month.
Ada beberapa negeri telah pun ke depan dalam hal ini dan kita kalau boleh nak melebarkan lagi program ini. Pada masa yang sama telah berlaku penyerahan memorandum persefahaman antara YPASM dan Pusat Permata Pintar Negara UKM untuk memberi pendedahan kepada pelajar pemata tentang penglibatan Malaysia, penyelidikan dan isu-isu alam sekitar dan tadbir urus termasuk melibatkan wilayah pola yang unik.
He spoke to reporters after the Environmental Sustainability Tour program in Bangi, Selangor. The Education Ministry will not compromise on any issue of bullying at school, including the one involving the son of the singer of the band Spider, Rustam Mustafa, or better known as Thumb Spider. Its Minister Fadlina Sidek said the ministry does not compromise on bullying cases and has taken appropriate measures.
Saya ingin menegaskan sekali lagi bahawa buli adalah buli. Tidak kira anak siapa pun, anak selebriti, anak menteri sekalipun, buli adalah buli. Jadi kita tidak kompromi dalam soal ini dan kita telah pun membuat tindakan tegas dan bersama dengan mengambil tindakan bersama pihak otoriti dan juga garis panduan telah pun kita berkali-kali pertegaskan.
She commented on the claims of the singer Tham Spider, who revealed that his 14-year-old son was a victim of bullying at a boarding school. Following Tham's disclosure, several parents at the school also came forward to reveal that their children were also victims of bullying. The police have opened an investigation paper involving the bullying case. Fadlina said at a press conference for the inauguration of the Selangor Education Reform Determination Program in Kajang. On another matter, Fadlina said a total of 122,000 Year 1 pupils across the country have been identified as still lacking the essential 3M skills of reading, writing and counting for the academic session. The minister attributed this issue to learning loss during the COVID-19 pandemic, poverty and the needs of special children.
Angka ini adalah sifatnya dinamik. Sebaik saja mereka menguasai melalui intervensi yang dibuat baik di peringkat negeri maupun di peringkat federal dan juga melalui program anak kita, nombor ini akan ataupun angka-angka ini akan berubah, data-data ini akan berubah, insyaAllah.
She said after officiating at the Tekad Reformasi Pendidikan program. The program held for the first time in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Selangor State Government. The Literacy and Numeracy Intervention Program, which began in August, is being implemented to help students acquire the 3M skills. Johor will revert its weekend holidays to Saturday and Sunday starting the 1st of January 2025. The region of Johor, Tunku Mahkota Ismail, announced that the decision received approval from His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim, King of Malaysia, based on advice from the Johor Islamic Religious Department. Tunku Mahkota Ismail also instructed Johor Menteri Besar Dato' On Hafiz Ghazi and the State Mufti to review this from all perspectives. Tunku Mahkota Ismail also urged private companies, government bodies and relevant parties to provide sufficient time and flexibility for Muslim employees to perform Friday prayers. On the 1st of January 2014, Johor changed its weekend to Friday and Saturday with the consent of Sultan Ibrahim. Other states currently observing Friday and Saturday as weekends include Terengganu, Kelantan and Kedah. Malaysia is prepared to lead with a vision of unity, inclusivity and collaboration during its tenure as ASEAN Chairmanship next year. Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim is optimistic that ASEAN can overcome challenges such as the recent geopolitical divisions that threaten the stability of the region with a shared leadership and a policy of strong neutrality.
As we look ahead to our ASEAN Chairmanship in 2025, in fact, technically next week itself, Malaysia is prepared to lead with a vision of unity, inclusivity and collaboration. Recent geopolitical divisions threaten the stability of our region, but through shared leadership and a policy of strong neutrality, or we call it centrality, we can overcome these changes.
In his opening remarks at the Khazanah Megatrans Forum KMF 2024 in Kuala Lumpur today, the Prime Minister also stressed the need for the world to have a new financial architecture founded on the principles of equity, fair play and justice. Malaysia will officially take over the ASEAN Chairmanship from Laos on the 11th of October. Meanwhile, Dato' Sri Anwar also reaffirmed the government's commitment to ensuring that Malaysia thrives in today's global landscape based on the Madani economy framework that he introduced last year. He also emphasized the need for a comprehensive approach that prioritizes on the well-being of the nation in the long run.
Our response must be holistic, coordinated, and above all, focus on the long-term well-being of the nation. The Madani economic framework I introduced last year outlines how Malaysia can prepare for an increasingly dynamic and complex global economy.
Malaysia will fully leverage the ASEAN Summit stage to preserve regional peace and promote the full integration of the 10th Nation Economic Bloc. According to the Malaysian ambassador to Laos, Eddie Erwan Mahmud, this issue will be highlighted by the Prime Minister, Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, in his state address scheduled for the October 9th.
Digitalisasi dan teknologi baru, kecerdasan buatan AI, kesejahteraan rakyat dan warga ASEAN, perubahan iklim, jenayah rentas sempadan dan juga isu-isu serantau dan antarabangsa yang meliputi Laut Cina Selatan, Myanmar, isu Gaza, Palestin dan tindakan Israel di Timur Tengah yang melanggar undang-undang antarabangsa juga akan kita ketengahkan, termasuk juga kedaulatan undang-undang antarabangsa.
He said that at the opening press conference of the 44th and 45th ASEAN Summits and related meetings in Vientiane, Laos. Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, who is scheduled to arrive tomorrow, will lead the Malaysian delegation to the summit, which will officially commence on October 9. He will be accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Datuk Sri Muhammad Hassan, and the Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry, Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz. Laos will officially hand over the ASEAN Chairmanship to Malaysia on October 11th.
Next year will mark the 5th time Malaysia holds the position of ASEAN Chairmanship. This following previous terms in 1977, 1997, 2005 and 2015. Malaysia's role as ASEAN chairman this time is particularly significant as it coincides with the final reviews of the ASEAN Community Vision 2025. Additionally, the ASEAN Community Vision 2045 will be realized. Farahia Zube, Vientiane, RTM.
Earlier, Foreign Minister Dato Sri Muhammad Hassan and Investment, Trade and Industry Minister Tengku Dato Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz have arrived in Vientiane to attend the 44th and 45th ASEAN Summits and related summits. Both ministers arrived at Awate International Airport at 7:45 p.m. local time on Sunday. The summits will be held at the National Convention Centre NCC in the capital from the 8th to the 11th of October. Approximately 2,000 delegates will attend the event, including heads of state and government from ASEAN member countries, dialogue partner nations, external partner nations and representatives from regional and international organizations. The ASEAN Foreign Ministers Meeting AMM will officially kick off the summits on the 8th of October, while the opening ceremony for the 44th and the 45th ASEAN Summits and related summits will take place on the 9th of October. Prime Minister Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim is expected to deliver Malaysia's statement during the summits. On Friday, Laos will officially hand over the ASEAN Chairmanship to Malaysia. Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos today said his country and South Korea have upgraded bilateral ties to a strategic partnership as he met visiting counterpart Yoon Suk-yeol for talks. The two leaders discussed various issues including the South China Sea and situation on the Korean Peninsula, as well as signing Memorandum of Understanding MOU agreements on Coast Guard cooperation and nuclear energy.
To strengthen understanding, mutual trust and confidence, and for the purpose of the promotion, preservation and protection of our mutual maritime interests, including maritime order and safety in the Asia-Pacific region, we have signed the Memorandum of Understanding between the Philippine Coast Guard and the Korean Coast Guard on maritime cooperation.
Agreeing to uphold an international rules-based order including on safety of navigation in the South China Sea, Yoon also said that they would reinforce maritime security partnership in the area of maritime cooperation, such as tackling transnational crime, information sharing and conducting search and rescue missions. Yoon will visit Singapore on the 8th and 9th of October before heading to Laos the following day, where he will attend the regional summit of leaders of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and several other Asian countries. Trading across Asia kicks off today with the global macro and market landscape suddenly appearing very different from how it looked on Friday. Sentiment is highly buoyed by the US employment figures announced Friday. Closer to home, Thailand is releasing its September inflation figures later today. Annual headline inflation is expected to be 0.8%, well up from August's reading. Thailand's inflation target range is 1 to 3%, and inflation has come in below that lower band every single month since April last year, except May this year. The finance minister and central bank governor met last week and will meet later this month to discuss the inflation target. The central bank has resisted repeated calls from the government to cut interest rates.
76 minit tanpa henti, 76 minutes non-stop. Transparent and concise. Paparan komprehensif, ringkas dan padat. Saksikan Kanta 744 malam. Berita perdana 8 malam. Malaysia Tonight, 8:30 PM.
Isu-isu sukan tempatan di pelbagai arena, pelbagai gelanggang. Pencapaian dan kontroversi akan dikupas dan dibincangkan dalam Planet Sukan setiap Ahad 10 malam di TV1 dan saluran sukan RTM. Saksikan juga secara penstreama langsung di RTM Klik.
That concludes this edition of Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, Malaysia to lead with a vision of unity, inclusivity and collaboration as ASEAN chair. Till then, I'm Olivia Nicholas. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic night.